Join Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any Town Pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Right down the road, pump it up, oh yeah.
Kenny, I guess just first of all, how did it feel to playing Gold Rush out of season?
Yeah, it was super good experience. You know, it was electric in there. We had, I think it was our second biggest sellout we've had since college game day last year. It was super good getting to play a lot of snaps. I thought, you know, our D-line played really well. I thought our defense really stepped up and played well. Obviously, our offense put on a show for sure. I mean, putting up that many points is hard to do against any team. So it was pretty electric. It was really fun.
What'd you see on that diving interception from David? That both you guys were diving.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We had a good call. One of our calls, Coach Howe called it in, ran it right, and you know it was a screenplay, so we were all redirecting back to the ball. Receiver dropped the ball, I guess, popped it out. Ball was up in the air, and you know Dave and I both went for the play, and he beat me to it. But it's all right. You know, I was just glad we got the interception, and we're able to get a turnover and give it back to our offense and try to put the ball back in the end zone. So,
did you have your hands on the ball, or?
I did have my hands on the ball, but you know, David had better position on it, and I was just glad we made the play. So yeah, right. I don't know if they do that, but we'll see.
Did you guys say anything to each other after that play?
Just, you know, we were just happy we got an interception and a turnover, and we were just excited to get the ball back to our offense. And you know, I was excited for him. Obviously, it's his senior year, so I want him to get as much plays as he can. And obviously, I'm going for plays too, but it was really just, you know, the defense held up, and obviously it's 11 guys on the field. So, and Dave just happened to be the one to make the play. So it was good.
What are you guys hoping to take from last Saturday into one of the most anticipated games so early in the season coming up this week?
Yeah, so last year it was definitely a tough loss at the end of the year, but I think coming off this game, I think we showed a lot of good stuff. We put a lot of good stuff on tape. I think, you know, we're playing really well together as a team right now, and I think we're all pretty focused. And I think a big takeaway is just, you know, just keep getting better and better and better and try and trim up the little things from our first game of the season. Obviously, there's miscues in the first game of the season, but just trying to correct those and make sure we're firing at a really high level going into game 2. So
how much is not just about not just about the weather difference, but the atmosphere difference that it's going to be on Saturday? Can you talk a little bit about how you guys are preparing for that?
Yeah, you know, we, at least in the D-line room, I know it's a lot similar across the whole team. You know, we try not to worry about where we're at, who we're playing. We try and keep it about us, and you know, we'll play them in the parking lot if we need to. It doesn't matter where, when, how. Like, obviously we're playing in the fall into winter, so elements can't be a factor in how well we play. We just have to make sure we're doing everything we can and making the plays when they're there and doing our job and knowing our job and being really sharp with our execution. And yeah, obviously it's going to be nicer field conditions and all that, but I think it comes down to who wants it more, and you know, we're going to have to go out there and really put on a show. So
how much from that loss last year, you know, you guys use this motivation to come into this year?
Yeah, I mean, we've used that as a lot of motivation. I think we as a team feel like we left a lot out there on the field. Obviously they're a great team, went on to win the national championship, so a lot of respect to them there, not discrediting that. But you know, we're confident in our guys and our team, and I think we feel like we could have played better. And I think, you know, that was a main point going into the off season and training and winter and spring ball and summer. You know, obviously we didn't want to look past Utah Tech because we take it 1 week at a time, one game at a time, but we obviously had game 2 circled all off season, and it's been a big point, you know, making sure that we're ready to go and mentally ready to go, physically ready to go to get after them. So
is there any kind of similar question? Is there anything you guys learned from that game? You know, whether it's going against a rushing attack or anything from that D-line perspective?
I think we learned, you know, we got to make sure we're playing together. You know, we're making sure that we're all doing our job, knowing our job, playing for each other. making the plays when they're there, and not letting the conditions affect us. I think that was a big thing. We let it get to our heads a little bit. But going into this game, it's do or die. We got to play well, and this is a big game for us. And I think everyone knows that. Really highly anticipated. And one thing I think we learned was that we're a good team, they're a good team, but we left a lot out there, and I think we can go back and get them. So.
And you mentioned David earlier, but just coming off his injury, I guess how good was it to see him back up?
Awesome. That kid has worked so hard, and he got hurt towards the end of the season last year. And he's one of a glue guy on the team for us. Obviously an amazing player. We saw that in game 1 this week. Just a great player, great guy, great teammate, and to see him get the chance to get back out there on the field and play well and play as well as he did and get a chance to go do it again next week was awesome to see. And you guys don't see it on the outside, but he was in there every single day trying to get better, staying focused, staying on task, always at every single meeting, didn't let himself filter off away just because of the injury, like kept his nose in it, kept working. And I think we saw that come to fruition on Saturday. So
how's it like, or how would you describe kind of preparing for a non-conference opponent that you guys are, not just played before, but are really familiar with?
Yeah, I mean, they are non-conference, but we knew we were playing them week 2. So, and I think this is going to be our 3rd time playing them in 18 games. So one of our more familiar opponents, even though they are an out-of-conference team. But I think they're a really good team, and we just got to make sure we're really locked in on watching film this week and practicing hard and making sure we're cutting off all the edges of our game. And yeah, they're a good team, but we gotta come out and play better. So
you guys, you're not going to have the same field conditions. Obviously, a little bigger, just bulked up over the summer. Are there anything else you guys tried to do to say like, okay, this will help us address some of the things that didn't go right in that last game?
I think we tried to focus more on stopping the run as a defense as a whole and trying to implement more game plans and game plan strategies to make sure that we're, ready to go on stopping the runs, and we're more prepared into terms of what we're going to get from them. And I mean, obviously a big thing was just getting bigger, faster, stronger. But obviously stronger is a big thing. I think that they're a really good team, and they had a really good offensive line. And I think it showed in that last game. And so I think the D-line as a group, definitely that was a big point, was getting ourselves ready to go to take it to them. So.
Do you think we got a running back here. Do you think the running back room you guys are going up scrimmaging against the past fall camp, these past 2 weeks, they're so strong. We saw it on Saturday. Is that also helping push you guys, for what you're about to take on in SDSU?
Yeah, 100%. Our running back room is one of the top in the country. We got guys like Kenneth Humphrey, Jared White, Garrett Kuhn, Julius Davis, really good, solid guys that are strong, fast, smart players, see all the cuts. They really see the field well, and knowing how, and obviously our offensive line too is one of the top in the country. So getting to go against them and that running back core all off season and spring and summer and fall camp, has been a really good test for us and a really good thing for us in terms of moving forward and getting better. Because iron sharpens iron, as we say around here. So, going against the best, it helps prepare you for good teams like South Dakota State.
Well, good.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
In just a few minutes, small business owners can now sign up for Blackfoot Communication Services. Whether it's dependable voice options or internet services, sign up simply by visiting blackfootsmallbusiness.com. Click on the services you wish, select an installation time and date, and you're done. Small business services at the touch of your fingers. Connect to more with Blackfoot Communications and blackfootsmallbusiness.com.
The running back room, you guys call yourselves the Juice Squad. Scott Ray filled us out on Saturday night. Can you tell me a little bit just about the room and just the game on Saturday night?
Yeah, for our room, for the offense mainly, we like to be the room that brings like just the energy, hype everybody up, because we like to run the ball here. So if we get everybody hyped up, it's go time for us.
what were you guys seeing out there? I mean, you were for so many yards.
Yeah, I mean, we had 2 weeks to prepare for Utah Tech. Lanes were just opening up. I mean, it's just football. Line did a great job, just opening everything up, and yeah.
Other guy who blocked well was Sean Chambers on that run that you had.
Yeah.
Did you see those blocks, or did you have to watch the clip after?
When it happened, I saw it at the last second. I was like, okay, this might be a big play. Once I saw Sean coming out of the corner of my eye, I was like, we can make something happen right here.
And just, I mean, how cool is that to have, a quarterback making the key ball or something?
It's great. Sean's my guy. I love Sean, and just him putting his body on the line like that, for me, I love it.
Yeah.
That's what I love to see.
And I think that first play you were in, you get that catch. How much have you worked on becoming a better receiver? I guess it's being here. What you see on that player?
I mean, my entire football career, I've always worked on catching the ball. I know that's part of the game now. So me and my dad, we've always worked on catching the ball, always elevating my game past the run game. So yeah.
That was your first play of the game?
Yes, that was
my first play of the season?
Yes.
Behind the scenes, how much have you seen this offensive line improve, grow over the last year?
Grow, I mean, one player that sticks out to me is Omar. He was rotating with Cole last year, and him actually getting the start and playing. I just love his energy, and I just know if he's in front of me blocking, it's going to be a good day.
I guess working your way back from injury over the last year, what was it like stepping back out on that field for Bull Rush?
It was great. It was a long recovery. Just try to get back out for my team, do the best I could for them. Yeah.
I guess going back to that second game of last year, I guess what do you kind of remember about that game, kind of the emotions when you got hurt last year?
You never want to go into a game thinking something bad's gonna happen. So I was just always like, okay, it's just another game. And then when it happened, I was like, I mean, it sucks, but you have to just keep moving forward, do what's best for your team, try to get back as best and healthy as you can.
I was wondering if you could take us a little bit through that recovery process, PT, rehab, that sort of thing.
Yeah, it was a lot of strengthening stuff. It was a lot hard, there was a lot of mental to it too. Just being, okay, how can I get back to what I was before this, and just not getting down on myself, and always looking at the brighter side of things, like I will get through this. And once I do come back healthy, I'll just keep showing out.
A lot of guys, especially dealing with injuries and stuff, have mentioned Coach Sean here. How big was he through your recovery process?
He would always text me. He would be like, "So how you feeling?" He'd always have an eye on me. He'd always, come talk to me on the side, be like, "How you feeling?" He'd point some things out to me that I probably wouldn't notice just by myself. He was always the extra push. Him and Coach Housewright for sure would always be just on me, recovery stuff, trying to get back.
What was kind of your mentality like, kind of throughout the end of last season, watching cat careers, watching this South Dakota State game from the sideline? I guess what was your mentality like throughout last season?
Just being that person that motivates the guys on the field. Yeah, you always want to be out there playing, but being on the sidelines, I want to be that extra, I guess you could say, just excitement factor, trying to get everybody ready, just excited to see my guys succeed, because that brings me joy as well. But yeah, I just love seeing them do well. But that South Dakota State game last year, that was a game I wanted to be a part of badly.
Yeah, I think Coach Wiggins said you traveled for that game. Yeah. When were you cleared to
Yes, I got cleared, I think, like a week before that.
Okay, gotcha. And then, I guess heading into this game now, how motivated are you to, play in this one after not being able to last year?
I always tell myself you can't get too high, get too low, but this game I'm excited about. I'm ready to show people what I can do.
How tough was that? How good to describe kind of that feeling being on the sideline in that weather, having a chance to play, but but not getting in, and then knowing, you're a game away from going back to your hometown to play.
Yeah, so that game, it was cold. Yes, being from Texas, you don't see that every day. But I was just there, enjoying the moment, living in it. Just trying to take everything in, just to experience it, be ready for when my name is called, to be there and just living in the moment.
And now that you're more active, I guess, and have a better chance to play, I mean, how motivated are you to kind of help this team beat that team now?
I'm gonna do what I can do. I'm ready. I'm ready. My number's called. I'll do what I can do.
Is there anything, I guess, you've learned about yourself over the last year, kind of dealing with this injury recovery and kind of getting back right?
I'm a lot stronger mentally than I thought I was, because the whole injury, it's, like I said, it's a very mental thing. So just always pushing myself and being like, okay, I will come back from this. This isn't who I am. I will end up on the right side of this. That's what I've learned. Just being mentally strong. That's, I would say, mainly the part of football. Like the physical side, yeah, but the mental side is a big part, I would say.
What would you say was the, I guess, toughest part of the rehab process, recovery process?
I would say trusting myself again, trusting to make the cuts I could have made before, like I got hurt, and now I fully trust it. I'm just ready to go.
Does it help, I guess, working alongside guys like Julius and Scott Trey?
It does. It does.
What's Sam Mick's been like as a coach?
It's been great. I love the guy. When I first came here on my visit, he was the guy that I was with majority of the time. Me and Coach Mix, we've gotten to know each other a little bit. I feel like I could go to him just about anything, and he just like he brings the side of running back that nobody really talks about, the receiving side of it. So I would say he's elevated my game a lot, just from being a receiver coach, like helping with the receivers coming to running back. He's really elevated my game in that aspect, I would say.
What's his demeanor like? What's kind of how is he intense? Is he chill?
I would say he's kind of in the middle. Like he doesn't yell, but he raises his voice. That's what I would say. He's very passionate about what he does, and he loves to see his guys succeed. Yeah.
Obviously, injuries were a big part of the running back room last year. What has it been like, just, I guess, having that depth right now?
Feels great. No, finish the game, not as banged up. We can just run all over people. You have 3 or 4 different weapons at all times ready to go. And like, it's just aspect of the game. You can always just have somebody fresh legs. That's what Coach Mix always says, fresh legs. Always have somebody go in. We have like 4 or 5 people that know the game pretty well, and I'm just ready to see what we can do this season.
And I think you talked to Coach Mix earlier. He said your vision is on the field vision is one of your biggest strengths. I guess from your perspective, what would you say are kind of your biggest strengths and skill set on that sort of thing?
I would say vision for sure. Also contact balance. That's something coming back from injury, struggled with in the spring a little bit, and then finally trusting myself again. Contact balance has come back into play a lot. I would say that's one of my biggest strengths.
Is there, I guess, was there a moment, or maybe during spring or fall camp or something, where you're like, okay, I feel normal again, I feel 100% again, I guess?
Fall camp for sure. One play I made, this one cut, I was like, oh, that seems like the old me again. Yeah.
Was it a long run?
It was, I wouldn't say a long run. It was more just like I was able to just stop on a dime, just have like my balance just evenly distributed throughout my body. Because like that's always what I've been able to do. Like contact balance and just regular balance has always been a big part of my game.
In just a few minutes, small business owners can now sign up for Blackfoot Communication Services. Whether it's dependable voice options or internet services, sign up simply by visiting blackfootsmallbusiness.com. Click on the services you wish, select an installation time and date, and you're done. Small business services at the touch of your fingers. Connect to more with Blackfoot Communications and BlackfootSmallBusiness.com.